It's just a beautiful venue, really intimate, excellent beer and excellent food, and really incredible music.
I absolutely love their quirky and intimate vibe. Musicians love the place, and so the audience love it as well.
So we're in the music with
everyone thinks we're a couple. I don't know why. You know.
We've been best friends since school, so we'd always talk about how amazing it would be to have a venue, the kind of venue that we'd like to hang out.
Yeah.
The kind of place where we'd like to go to listen to music.
Well, it reminds me a bit of playing at the Bluebird in Nashville. There's not much separation between the audience and the person who's singing, which is a really cool thing for the performer as well as the audience, I think. And it sounds really good too.
We have a bit of a philosophy here that I've tried to create. My favourite moments of Green Note are when you forget there's anything between you and the musicians. And when you kind of break down that barrier between the performer and the audience, something really magical can happen in the room, and that's where we get our atmosphere from. It's a real pleasure to see a lot of the musicians come through here go on to bigger and better things. Sometimes they get a little bit too big to come back to our little tiny room that we love so much, but quite often they come back anyway and just don't tell that many people about it. It's a great feeling to feel like you've been a part of that journey to that kind of success.
There are plenty of things about the Green Note that make it exceptionally special as a venue, and not least the two women, Evie and Risa, that run it. Everything that they do seems to be done very gracefully and very effortlessly. You know, all the way from DIY to the big decisions, they're doing it all themselves.
We wanted to create a scene, bring a community to us, and there is a scene out there. I think we've tapped into it, but also created it as well.
This is not a business you do for the business side of it.
You've got to do it for the love of it.
For the love of it.
You just feel amazing vibrations. You just feel great when you're here. It's actually very, very rare, I find, in London to be at a place with so much heart.
Good evening and welcome. It's Wednesday the 3rd of February and the 80th episode of Virtually Green Note. My name's Emma and I will be your host this evening. Thanks for joining us wherever in the world that you are. We're delighted to have you because we have got a fantastic folk-laced lineup for you tonight. First up, we have a British fiddle player and clog dancer from Teesside who's recently launched a solo career after having been part of the Monster Ceilidh Band, the Rachel Hamer Band, a duo with Sam Partridge and various Ceilidh bands performing at numerous venues and festivals across Europe for many years. As well as being a dedicated music educator, she's worked on numerous albums with those aforementioned bands and since released 2 solo EPs, The Cleveland Way and Project Meraki, and is currently busying herself seeking out and sharing hidden melodies found in manuscripts. Broadcasting from Glossop in Derbyshire, please welcome Grace Smith.
Hello.
Hello there, lady. How are you?
Hi, I'm good, thanks. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. I'm loving your setup in the background. It's just looking very farmhousey and delightful.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it is. We've spent a lot of time in this room, so it's nice. It's nice and cosy.
Oh, well, it looks it. Very good. Next up, we have got a respected folk singer, guitarist and multi-instrumentalist from West Yorkshire, whose solo albums Hills and Gold of Scar and Shale garnered glowing reviews from The Independent, BBC Radio 3 and Folk Radio UK, who described him as one of the foremost performers of traditional material in the British folk scene. He's also a highly sought-after collaborator, having worked with the likes of Seth Lakeman, Sam Sweeney and Jackie Oates, as well as playing with the celebrated instrumental trio Moore Moss Rutter. His guitar, bouzouki, duet, concertina and harmonium provide the perfect accompaniment for his soaring vocals, making him one of the standouts of the folk, roots and acoustic music scene. Broadcasting from Holmfirth, let me say that again, Holmfirth, West Yorkshire, please welcome Jack Rutter.
Oh, there's me. Hello. How are you doing?
There is you. I'm doing really well. That's a fierce collection of guitars you've got there in the background there, Jack.
Yes, it's a lifetime's kind of hoarding of them, including some nice charity shop finds from my teenage years, which I just can't bring myself to ever get rid of.
Wonderful. What a great thing to hoard. If you're going to hoard anything, hoard guitars. Make music.
That's my thinking,
Absolutely. And last but not least, we have a multi-award-winning and 6 times BBC Radio 2 Folk Award-nominated folk singer-songwriter and musician, hailing from Devon, who's been described as the finest singer of his generation by Mojo Magazine. He's presented his own folk music show on BBC Radio Devon, and his music featured on BBC TV shows Highwaymen, Outlaws and Villains, Countryfile Dartmoor Special, and The Poet Charles Causley, a documentary film about his relative. Since the release of his debut album, his unique voice and cheeky, charming persona have made him one of the most well-loved and respected figures of today's roots and folk scene. He's written over a dozen solo albums and several collaborative albums, earning him rave reviews, as well as playing, touring and recording alongside the likes of Waterson Carthy, John McCusker, Eddie Reader, Graham Coxon, Shirley Collins and many more. Broadcasting from South Seal in Dartmouth, please welcome Jim Causley.
Hello.
Hello there, Jim. How are you this evening?
Very well, thank you. One little correction, it's South Seal in Dartmoor, not Dartmouth.
Dartmoor, I'm sorry. Yeah. Dartmouth is a
I'd love to be by the sea, though.
You did say Dartmoor. I need my ears cleaning out or something. Sorry about that. I was obviously dreaming of boats and tides and all that lovely stuff. Well, it's delightful to have all three of you, and we're looking forward to a folk-saturated evening ahead. Regulars, you know the next bit, but for anybody new joining us this evening, Virtually Green Note takes the form of a writer's round. So each artist is going to take it in turns to perform a song, and in between songs, we're hopefully going to hear a little bit about the ideas and the inspiration behind their songs, and then they're going to hand over to the next artist. So tonight, we are going to start with Jack, followed by Grace, and then Jim. So, this evening, take it away, Jack.
Great, lovely. Right, yes, I shall sing you a song. I'm just going to take these headphones off, so if you need me for anything, then wave wildly to grab my attention. Just for the singing bit of it, I'm going to take the headphones off, and I'll sing you a nonsense song that is called The Lancashire Lyre, and I got it from Harry and Leslie Boardman's The Folk Songs of Lancashire. I saw a crow leave London in a crack. It flew as far as Saddleworth with Ashton on its back. I saw a goose from Friarmere that coal from Hyde had stolen. They took a bag from Liverpool filled up with Irish bacon. Toor laddie, whack for laddie, toor lorreling. To me toor laddie, whack for laddie, my toor lorreling. In Huddersfield I met a bull that was selling Eccles cakes. In Marsden I met a dead horse that was going to Oldham Wakes. In Delphi I met a flock of sheep who'd been to Rob York Church. They brought a hen from Tadcaster in a show to learn to work. Toor a laddie, whack for laddie, toor a lorreling. To me toor a laddie, whack for laddie, my toor a lorreling. In Rawtenstall I saw a pig lead near 200 people to Dunford Bridge, where I saw a dog dance upon Leach Church steeple. In Diggle I saw a flock of birds take Dobcross Church and shake it. They drove a horse through Duckinfield with eggs to Rochdale Market. Toor a laddie, whack for laddie, toor a lorreling. To me toor a laddie, whack for laddie, my toor a lorreling. that I met a cat who was wearing a Nesborough gown. At Blackpool I saw a young hare from Stockport cry a sail. In Ramsbottom I saw a tiger from Denshire brewing ale. Toor-a-laddie, whack-for-laddie, toor-a-lora-ling. To me toor-a-laddie, whack-for-laddie, my toor-a-lora-ling. And I once saw two young Swaledale lambs try which of them was stronger. But now I've sung so many lies that I can sing no longer. So to conclude and end my song with heart and right goodwill, and if you want a bigger lie, then you can sing it yourself. Toor-a-laddie, whack-for-laddie, toor-a-lora-ling. To me toor-a-laddie, whack-for-laddie, my toor-a-lora-ling. Toor-a-laddie, whack-for-laddie, toor-a-lora-ling. To me toor-a-laddie, whack-for-laddie, my toor-a-lora-ling.
That was lovely, Jack.
Oh, thank you ever so much. Thank you. Right, I've got these back in now so I can hear you all again. Yeah, cheers.
That's one of my favourite genres of songs, are sort of nonsense riddle songs.
They're just good fun, aren't they? Like
Yeah.
the world could do with more nonsense, like of the nonsense kind, rather than actual. They could do with more nonsense, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, great. Grace, can you make a noise for us, please? That'd be really nice.
Yeah, so I'm going to start off with a tune not too far away from all those places in your song, Jack. It's a
wicked.
Yorkshire tune by a fiddle player called Robin Shepherd, and it's called Thalakin Os. So I'll go for that. I'm going to do the headphones off thing as well. So here we go. Thank you.
Glory. What was that called again, please? I think I might write that down and have it on my to-learn list.
It's Thalakin Os, which I believe is dialect for lazy horse.
Oh, nice. Right, Thalakin Os. I'm going to remember that when I'm learning tunes in the next couple of weeks. I'll go, what was that nice tune? And I'll message you about it. In fact, I've done that before to you, actually, haven't I? I messaged you once about, like, what was that tune that you used to play when you were about 15 and it was Swedish? And you messaged back saying, like, well, which one? And I was like, well, it was a nice one.
Nice.
I found out.
Yes. That reminds me of a tune from down here as well, actually. That from Sidbury. What was it called? It goes.
Lovely.
Yeah, it's got a similar notes.
Cool. It's over to you now, Jim, actually. Have you got a song or some tunes for us?
I have. Actually, your tune gave a very nice link for mine, because my song features a horse as well.
Perfect.
So, this is an old Dartmoor legend, and it's all about a chap who goes out hunting on Dartmoor in medieval times, and as so often happens, a bit like right now, the weather came down and he got into a spot of bother, and much hilarity ensued. Or not. And it's in a sort of tradition we have down here of horses not faring very well in folk songs. So that's all I'll say. And this is called Child the Hunter. Come listen all, both great and small, a tale I will you tell, that on this bleak and barren moor in ancient times befell. It so befell, as I've heard tell, there came the hunter child. All day he chased on heath and waste, on darty moor so wild. Excuse me. The winds did blow, then came the snow. He chased on Foxtor Mire. He lost his way, and so the day and winter sun expired. In darkness climbed, he could not find where his escape might gain. Long time he tried, no track espied, his labours all in vain. No shelter there upon the moor that long night to remain. With sword in hand, this desperate man his own loyal steed has slain. He's plunged his sword deep in her breast, parted flesh and skin, and in the body of his good grey mare the hunter child lay in. And there with fingers dipped in blood he wrote upon the stones, "This is my will, God it fulfill, that buried be my bones." And froze together they did lay, till springtime did come around. The will he left on Foxtor Mire, all upon the rocks to be found. Thank you very much.
It's like The Empire Strikes Back, isn't it? When they put Luke inside the Tauntaun. Do you reckon that's where, like, George Lucas and Irving Kershner got the idea from? They'd been looking up old Dartmoor songs and went,
I
oh,
really
we'll
hope
stick
it
Luke
is.
inside a tauntaun on Off. Great.
Let's go and rewatch that now.
That's tonight's job. Yeah, have a bit of Empire Strikes Back. Very nice.
Excellent.
Great.
We're back to you.
Oh, shall I do it? Great. Well, I'm just going to have to take my headphones off again and go grab a different instrument for 1 second.
Which will he choose next?
Too many to choose from.
Place your bets.
Yeah, and like following on with that kind of theme, I might do kind of a dark ballad kind of thing as well. A child ballad, this one, so like, yeah, similarities, child ballad, Child the Hunter, all that kind of thing. This is one which I got out of my copy of the Child Ballads, and when I read it first, I thought that would make a really good film, that story. I don't know why I'm so cinematically focused off it.
Most of them would, wouldn't they?
Yeah, well, they would. They'd like, some ones I reckon would make better kind of period dramas, kind of your 8-part Sunday night type thing, and some would be more suited to the long form, 2 hours 45-minute epic kind of thing. This is the latter, this one. And it's called Fair Janet and Young James. There were 2 lovers in yon dale, Fair Janet and young James, but her cruel father he swore it so, to cast their love into the flames. He said, my daughter, you will marry a wealthy lord, and he'll take you o'er the sea, or you will burn for your own true love in the morn upon yon lea. So these 2 sweethearts took flight in the dark, all on a steed of grey, and when that they came to the good green wood, just before the break of the day, oh, I must rest my own true love, I must rest before the morn, for the child that I bear from all that we shared, this night it shall be born. And she has borne the babe in the wood, through hardship, toil and pain, would take home, young man, our bonny young son, for my father would have him slain. So he's taken the babe all in his arms, he's kissed him cheek and chin, and he's hied him away to his own mother's bower, by the pale light of the moon. Came 24 noble lords, and her father was riding beside, and they have taken Fair Janet this morn, for to be the wealthy lord's bride. Then she was brought to Mary's church, to tie the holy band, and there burned a sore pain in her side. You know, she looked so pale and wan. Then the wedding dinner being past and o'er, and the dancing to begin, when up and spoke the cruel father, saying, "Bride, you'll dance with the groom." They had not rown a reel, and a reel but barely 3. Oh, let me go, you wealthy lord, there is sore pain in my body. And they had not rown a reel, and a reel but barely 4, when fair Janet in her own father's hall, she fell and she rose no more. They've taken fair Janet to her own chamber room, all on the wedding day. And when young James arrived to his true love's side, she was as cold as the clay. And how he mourns in that cold chamber room for his own true lover dear, when in came the wealthy lord, saying, "What's your business here?" He's taken young James all by the throat, for to end his sweet life there, and on they fight like 2 lions might. Then he's thrown him down the stairs. He's broken 3 ribs of the bridegroom's side, and away then he did run, and young James is away to his own mother's bower, to mind his bonny young son. Oh, your mother, she was as fair, my own darling boy, as the flowers that bloom in spring. But listen you now to those bells in the town, not one for fair Janet does ring.
See what you mean.
I'm so sorry, I didn't catch that. Sorry, I just got my head.
See what you mean.
See what I mean? Yeah, not the happiest of ones, but I'd like to watch it as a film.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
It's a very lovely guitar part there as well, Jack. I like that.
Oh, thank you very much. It's on this newish, at least last year to me, guitar as well, which I've been very much enjoying in the general lockdown time. The opportunity sometimes just to play for playing's sake, because there's a bit more time to do that sometimes, has been, in a way, one of the little tiny silver linings of the world ending kind of thing. But yeah, anyway, I won't carry on down that path. Please, could you play something, Grace?
Yeah, I'll play a couple of jigs. These are both traditional ones. Maybe these can go in our film, like, you know, if it's a period drama, when we've got the dancing bit, or
for Fozziwig's party, yeah.
If we're going for the Star Wars theme. But these are 2 jigs. The first one is from the Vickers manuscript, and the second I found in the Biggins manuscript, which is on the Village Music Project, great online archive. So here we go.
jig. Nice English jig, nice, you know, not too crazy.
Oh, over
Right.
to you, Jim. Sorry.
It's all right. I'm just stalling.
What have you got for us next?
I might go a bit jiggy myself, actually.
Nice.
And in D. This is a song that I wrote myself, and it's inspired by the true life of my sister, and a relationship she had once. I wasn't actually going to tell her that I wrote this song about her, but it kind of got out. And but so I think she likes it now anyway. She's got a sense of humour. But it's about how she went out with a guy down in Cornwall, and basically they broke up, and then they got back together again, and they broke up and they got back together, and they broke up and got back together, and this went on and on and on for years, and I got so annoyed with it that I wrote a song about it. So and this is that. It's called The Man You Know. Here's a man you say you know, a man from not so long ago, a man who drove you round the bend. Welcome back now, my old friend. Forget the rows and all the fights, he'll always be a Mr. Right. The others weren't quite right, you found. You got it right this time around. Here is the man you love, so you always will. Oh, you say you always will. It kicked off well the night before. By 5:30 he's at your door. Flowers and dancing in the rain. Sweet Jesus, I'm in love again. Here is the man you love, say you always will. Oh, you say you always will. More irritating by the hour. Surprise, surprise, and milked and sour. Quickly you regain your mind. How the hell do I escape this time? Here is the man you love, say you always will. Oh, you say you always will. So here's to those at wedlock brink, and here's to all in marriage clink. Here's to singletons like me, remain half sane and live scot-free. Here is the man you love, say you always pray, you always know, you always will. Oh, you say you always will. Here's the man you say you know. Here's the man you say you know. Here's the man you say you know. Plant your seeds and watch them grow.
Hooray, that was fantastic. Thanks so much, guys. That was a thoroughly lovely first half and a real treat to hear you all getting very jiggy with it as well. Did you have fun?
Yes, ever so.
Did.
Yeah.
Very much.
Good, that's what we like. Lots of people having fun. So now we have reached the interval and we're going to leave our lovely musicians here to have a little break. So to our artists, go grab a drink or anything else that you need and you'll have 5 minutes before you come back to us. So we will see you in a bit.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Thanks, Emma.
Cheers, Tam.
Thank you. So, viewers, I'm now going to hand you over to our lovely Imi and Risa, who are the founders and owners of Green Note. They're the ones that book all these wonderful musicians and do all the great programming at Green Note. So they're going to come and give us all the latest updates. Please welcome Imi and Risa. Hi, ladies.
Hello.
Amy, hey out there.
How
Good
are
evening,
you this
everyone.
evening?
Good. Really enjoying this. It's such a different bill from our usual. Well, I mean, they're all different, but we've had a lot more Americana recently. It's nice to have a bit of a variety, a bit of a change.
It's nice hearing some fiddle as well.
Yeah, I don't think we've had just a pure instrumental artist yet, so.
We've got more to come though, so stay
do.
tuned for announcements of upcoming lineups.
Ooh, that sounds good. All right, ladies, I'll leave you to it.
Thank you.
Cool. See you, Emma. Hey.
Yeah, so for those of you who are regulars, now's your chance to kind of top up your glasses, have your little break. But if you're new to us tonight, welcome. It's really nice to have you here. We're here twice a week, every Wednesday and Friday night at 8 p.m. UK time. So please do join us again. We always have 3 incredible artists on the bill, and it's just a brilliant way of discovering new music. So please do join us. We're on all the social media. Our media handle is Green Note Music. You can see it on YouTube below. It's Green Note Music everywhere apart from Twitter. It's just Green Note. So whichever your social media of choice is, please do. Just if you're not watching on your device, just grab your device now while you're thinking about it and follow, subscribe, do all of the things you do.
And especially to YouTube, because we're almost at 2,000 subscribers on YouTube, almost. So please do subscribe, help us reach 2,000.
Yeah, maybe we can do it tonight if you will.
Yeah, that would be great. And if you click on the little bell, then you get reminders of our upcoming shows similar to this one.
Yeah.
Twice a week.
And we also have a mailing list. So if you're not on that, it's really worth joining. We'll post in the chat now. You can join that. And we just send 2 emails out a month, so we don't spam you, but it's a good way of finding out about these shows and about our little venue, Green Note in Camden, which we've been closed since last March. But we will reopen at some point one day. We don't know when. But for now, yeah, you'll find out about these shows as well, so join that too. And it's great to have you watching live, but if you're not able to watch live, the shows are available for a week afterwards on our YouTube, so you can
catch up and spread the word.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Imi's now going to let us know how we run these shows.
Yes. Hold on one sec. I just need to post something. Yeah, I'm just posting the donations link in the chat because we do run these shows. We don't sell tickets, but they're donation based, and we ask you that if you can and are able to, that you please do make a donation to support the artists who are playing tonight. And the recommended donation is £10, but anything you can manage is obviously very welcome and appreciated. Yeah. The easiest way to donate is PayPal, and that's the link. The PayPal link is listed everywhere on YouTube, Facebook, and our website. And I've also posted it and pasted in the chat.
If you don't have PayPal, you just send us an email. I saw someone's already emailed tonight.
Just drop us a line and we'll...
Other ways, but yeah, PayPal's probably the easiest if you do have that. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, it's not the only way, but it's just the most straightforward. The money for the donations for tonight's show will be divided 4 ways between the 3 artists who are playing tonight, and then the last quarter just goes towards the running costs of the show, so paying our behind the scenes team, etc., and helping us keep these shows going while our venue is closed. So we and the artists will hugely appreciate any support you can give. So if you're able to, please do donate generously. And
thank you.
As Risa was saying, we've got a lovely folky bill tonight, and if you're folk fans, and I imagine there's quite a lot of folk fans out there tonight, we have some more bills coming up that you might enjoy.
This Friday
we've announced a couple.
Actually,
I was going to say we've just announced a couple. Well, we've been working on them, but we've only just listed them today on the website. And in our mail out, which went out earlier today. So we've got on the 10th, which is next week, we've got Sam Sweeney. So if you're a fan of fiddle playing and traditional kind of folky fiddle playing, and a fan of Grace tonight, you might enjoy that. We've got actually 2 fiddle players on the bill that night. There's Sam Sweeney, who's English, and from Bellowhead, you might know him, and he's been nominated for multiple awards, and he's really amazing. And I think he's watching tonight. I spotted him in the chat
spotted him in
earlier.
the chat as well.
Yeah.
So hi, Sam.
He's been watching a few of these shows. Hi, if you're watching still. And Brittany Haas, I think it's pronounced, who's an American fiddle player from California, but now living in Nashville, who's played with, people like Gillian Welch and Dave Rawlings, and she's absolutely incredible as well. So we'd have fiddle players on that bill from both sides of the pond, together with a Scottish folk artist, Jen Butterworth, who is, I think, primarily a guitarist, if I'm not mistaken, but also renowned folk musician. So that's a really exciting folk bill for fans out there.
Yeah.
And do you want to say about this Friday?
Yeah, for folk fans this Friday, we've got Lucy Ward on the show, who's a also award-winning British folk singer-songwriter. She's introduced us to 2 of her new friends. She was part of something called the Global Music Match, which was an organisation that put together 96 different artists from around the world last year, and it kind of hooked them up to introduce them to each other's music, and so that they could introduce their audiences and their fans to each other's music. And I think they collaborated on things and stuff. But so 2 of her new friends are going to be on the show as well. So it's an international lineup. It's Lucy Ward's Svavar Nutur, who I'm sure I'm completely pronouncing that wrong, but he's from Iceland, and Aidan Towns from Canada. So yeah, that should be a really cool. I'm looking forward to that. One of the nice things about these shows actually is that at the beginning we knew all the artists, and it was most of them had played at Green Note, but now
at the beginning I think we only booked artists.
Yeah, we only booked artists, exactly.
Yeah,
but
now we're expanding a little bit.
Yeah, we've been going for 80 episodes now. So yeah, we're branching out, and it's been really lovely to have been introduced to so many new artists as well this year. It's one of the little silver linings of lockdown, I suppose.
Exactly, and people from all over the world as well.
Yeah.
Perhaps couldn't make it over to play our venue, and certainly not at the moment.
Yeah. So yeah, that's this Friday. So if you're into folk, and I think, but even if you don't know the artists, we always just think this is a brilliant way of discovering new music. So just.
And another one we've just announced is Blair Dunlop,
Jack Carty.
Kirsty Merrin and Jack Carty, who's from 2 British artists and 1 Australian. That's the following Friday. So details are on our website.
Yeah.
So just have a read on there on the events page.
Or don't, just put these in your diary every Wednesday and Friday night, and just come and just be in for a surprise of a treat. But
good plan.
Yeah. Should we?
Well, let's get back to
tonight.
To it.
Yeah. Cool. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Enjoy.
Hello. Sorry about that, ladies. My printer started speaking to me, and I was just trying to get it to shush before we came back.
And her technical issues.
It's really fun.
They should have a show of their own.
Well, thank
but
you
we're
very
so
much,
slick
guys.
here that you would not, no one out there knows, do they?
Yeah, I'm a swan. I'm
behind
a
the
swan.
scenes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, my lovelies. It was great to see you, and I'm looking forward to all that exciting stuff coming up.
Cool.
And we'll see you very soon. Bye. That's love. Okay, we're going to bring back our lovely folky artists. First up, we will bring back Mr. Jack Rutter. Hey there, Jack.
Hello, how are you doing?
Pretty great, man. It's good to see you.
Lovely. Yeah.
And then we will be bringing back Grace Smith. Hello. You had a fan that's joined here who was, she'd only just joined, and she was a bit worried that she'd missed you. But if you're still watching, let's just scroll up and just catch her name again. It was Hilary. Hi, Hilary. There we go. We've got lovely Grace back, so you're all right. Hilary Rawlins. And last but not least, we have a Mr. Jim Causley. Hi there. Hey, guys. Nice to have you back. Feeling all refreshed and wonderful after that break?
Oh, yeah.
We'll be a bit. Okay. Take us singing and dancing into the second half, Mr. Jack Rutter.
Great, yes. So as requested, this one is a cover. We're all doing our covery things now, am I right? Great, right, yes. This one is a cover of a song, which isn't a traditional folk song at all. This is a wonderful song called Salisbury Hill that was written and made famous, obviously, by the amazing Peter Gabriel. So I'll sing it for you now. Salisbury Hill, I can see the city lights. The wind was blowing, time stood still. Eagle flew out of the night. He was something to observe. He came in close, I heard a voice, standing, stretching every nerve. I had to listen, I had no choice. Today I don't need a replacement. I'll show them what the smile on my face meant. My heart going boom, boom, boom. Hey, he said, grab your things, I've come to take you home. Hey, don't worry. To keep in silence I resigned. My friends would think I was a nut, turning water into wine. Open doors would soon be shut. So I went from day to day, though my life was in a rut, until I thought of what I'd say, which connections I should cut. I was feeling part of the scenery. I walked right out of the machinery. My heart's going boom, boom, boom. Hey, he said, grab your things, I've come to take you home. Hey, back home. Spins her net, I'm never where I want to be, and liberty she pirouettes when I think that I am free. Watch my empty silhouettes, who close their eyes but still can see. No one taught them their etiquette. I will show another me. Today I don't need a replacement. I'll show them what the smile on my face meant. My heart's going boom, boom, boom. Hey, I said, you can keep my things, they've come to take me home. Hey, don't worry. Thank you.
That is such a tune.
It was a tricky one to learn. That time signature, just that kind of, hang on a minute, how many beats am I supposed to be doing there? I think I just kind of had to alter it a little bit in the end to make it fit. So I think
what signature is it?
I'd love to tell you. I really would. I think if I was to do a karaoke version against the actual one, my one would be all over the place. It wouldn't really. If it's one, in fact, you know what? I'd be counting for the sake of it. I've no idea if I'm honest. It'll be an odd number though. I think one of those ones. It won't be like a nice easy 4. Yeah. It'll be a 7 or a 23, something like that.
I could do 5/4.
Yeah, that's
about it.
Yeah, I can just about hack 5. Yeah, that's a nice odd number.
I bet Grace can do more complicated though.
Yeah.
Well, weirdly, I'm going to do something in kind of a weird time signature, so...
Oh, great!
It's fitted perfectly.
We're also in sync.
This is a tune I found in a collection. I went to the Vaughan Williams Memorial Library, so it's a cover, but it's a very old cover.
Just round the corner from the Green Note.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, it is. I remember walking past many a time up that lovely street in Camden to the library there, and
Very nice coffee as well opposite the Green Note on that
such good
street.
coffee. Oh, I miss that flat white.
That's the one bit of London that I can really hack because I know exactly where I'm going. Cecil Sharp to the Green Note, I'm in my element. Like as soon as I leave that little street, I'm lost. But that bit is a very cosy little bit.
Yeah, so nice.
Sorry, I'm interrupted. I do apologise.
No, it's fine. I'm reminiscing about lovely Camden now.
Yeah.
So this is a tune from the library there. It's a song originally, and it was kind of written out with very unusual bars, like kind of like a bar of 3, then a bar of 5, bars of 4, all over the place. And instead of ironing it out, I decided I'd just stick with it, and so I wrote a couple of extra parts to add on to the original song. So I'll play that for you now.
Right.
Thank you. That was nice. I particularly enjoyed it when your low notes come in.
Oh yeah, that's a viola, so you've got a nice
Yeah.
beefy C string. I forgot to say the song's called A Winter's Night, so it's quite fitting for the dark outside, but last time I played it was very summery. Nice and wintry today. What have you got for us, Jim?
Okay, right, I'm going to do a cover of a song by Ani DeFranco. Ani. I'm told off for calling her Annie, it's Arnie. Okay, so I could get that right. And she's a songwriter I'm a huge fan of. She's from Buffalo, upstate New York. And this is a song she wrote sort of, when did this come out? About 2001, I think. But it's one of those ones where it's still very relevant right now. In fact, there's quite a few sort of politically songs as well that you hear and you think, that could have been written yesterday, you know. Some of them, it's just a bit depressing how relevant they still are, you know what I mean? But this one's called Your Next Bold Move. And I might make a bold move and take my headphones off too. So see you in a sec. Right. Coming of age during the plague of Reagan and Bush, watching capitalism gone down democracy. It's had this funny effect on me, I guess. I am cancer, I am HIV, and I'm down at the Blue Jesus Blue Cross Hospital, just staring up from my pillow and feeling blessed. And the mighty multinationals, they're monopolizing the oxygen. So it's as easy as breathing for us all to participate. Yes, they're buying and selling off shares of air, and you know it's all around you, but it's hard to point and say there. So you just sit on your hands and quietly contemplate your next bold move. What's the next thing you're gonna have to prove to yourself? What a waste of thumbs that are opposable to make machines that are disposable and sell them to seagulls circling round one big right wing. Yes, the left wing was broken long ago by the slingshot of COINTELPRO, and it's so hard to have faith in anything, and especially your next bold move. What's the next thing you're gonna have to prove to yourself? You want to track each trickle back to its source, so you scream down the plug hole till your face is hoarse, 'cause you're surrounded by a world's worth of things you just can't excuse. And you've got the hard cough of a chain smoker, you're at the Arctic Circle playing strip poker, and it's getting colder and colder every time that you lose. So go ahead and make your next bold move. What's the next thing you're gonna have to prove to yourself? Go ahead and make your next bold move. What's the next thing you're gonna have to prove to yourself?
Very nice.
That's beautiful.
It's a good song, isn't it? Yeah, she's full of songs like that.
I like the lush accordion chords. I've missed hearing lush accordion chords. You know, just
really?
Oh, you could lie in them. You know what I mean?
Not everyone feels that way.
Oh, I do. I do. I feel like
plenty more where that came.
You know what I mean? Though you could lie in them. You could just cozy. Very nice.
I like doing the jazzy ones actually.
Yeah, specifically them jazzy ones. Then just yeah. What's the word I'm looking for? Not cozy isn't the word I'm looking for. Just lush, I think was the word.
You can't always get away with it in folk, can you? But
no, but in some certain
right
situations, sometimes you can. Sometimes you can. I'm going to take these off and go. I'm going to go. Yeah, I'm going to just have to kind of undress harmonically and get a different guitar. So I'll be with you imminently.
Top, middle, or bottom?
Middle.
Yeah. Ooh, I like that brown. Oh no, he's gone back for that one. I wanted the dark one.
Now then, which one's right and which one's left? There we go. Right, here we go. I'm in. I'm back. I just managed to pull a bit of my hair out with my capo there. It's a brand new gig thing that, you know, after 15 years of doing it, never managed to pull some hair out with a capo before. So, shows 2021. There's room for new things yet.
That's good. Well, you can't go to the barbers, so.
No, exactly. No, so just lose 5 or 6 hairs there to this shub partial capo. 1 second.
Capos are available.
Yeah. Yeah, you can. I don't think that they'd pull your hair out in quite such a efficient manner, though. Right, we're in. Great. Yeah, this is my last song of the do, isn't it? So this
has gone quick, hasn't it?
It has, hasn't it? What time is it now? 9:10. We've been here for an hour and 10. Feels like we've been here for about half an hour or so. But, as the old adage goes, it flies when you're having fun. So, yeah, this one. This is a song that I learnt from the unstoppable Wilsons, the amazing Wilson family. And it's a brilliant song called Hey John Barleycorn. John Barleycorn is a hero bold as any in the land. For ages good his fame has stood and shall forever stand. The whole wide world respects him, no matter friend or foe. And where there be that makes too free, be sure to lay them low. Hey John Barleycorn, oh,
speared with goodly beard, fit tonight to serve the Queen. And when the harvest time comes around and John is stricken down, he'll use his blood for England's good and Englishmen's renown. Hey, John Barleycorn, oh, John Barleycorn, old and young thy praises song. John Barleycorn. The Lord in his courtly castle, the squire in his stately home, the great of name, of birth and fame, to John forsook come. He bids the troubled heart rejoice, gives warmth to nature's cold, makes weak men strong and old men young, and all men brave and bold. Hey, John Barleycorn, oh, John Barleycorn, old and young thy praises song. John Barleycorn. Then shout for great John Barleycorn, don't heed the luscious vine. I have no mind much charm to find in a potent draught of wine. Give me my native nut brown ale, all other drinks I'll scorn. For English cheer is English beer, our own John Barleycorn. Hey, John Barleycorn, oh, John Barleycorn, old and young thy praises song. John Barleycorn, hey, John Barleycorn, oh, John Barleycorn, old and young thy praises song. John Barleycorn. Woohoo!
That is a rousing version of that song.
Thank you ever so much. Lovely.
So
Hey,
good.
I can put this down on my knee like this and rest upon it. Rest upon it and watch the rest of the gig. How nice. How lovely. Cheers, yeah. Thank you for listening, both of you two.
Yeah.
And all the other people who I can't see right now. But yeah, Grace, please can I listen to another tune? But please can we all listen to another tune?
Yes. So I've got one more tune. And it's another one kind of inspired by that same visit to the library at Cecil Sharp House in Camden. And there was some kind of written records and short snippets of songs by a woman called Miss Cole, collected in Whitby. Lots of wassail songs and things like that. So I wrote a tune inspired by her, really. So this is called Miss Cole. Thank you.
Yes, that's a banger. That's like a future session classic type of one.
Oh, thanks.
I'm gonna please pilfer that one and the one from earlier with the name which means lazy cow, lazy horse, was it lazy sheep?
Lazy horse.
Horse.
Yeah, let's have a tune swap.
Yeah, I would.
Next
Yes,
week.
I'm deadly serious about this. Yeah, wonderful.
Oh, thank you. Jim, what are you going to play for us now?
I've got a poem from my relative who's a Cornish poet just over the border, and who's called Charles Causley. And this is one he's very good at writing poems that you think they're going in one direction, and then all of a sudden at the last minute it will take you off in another direction that you weren't expecting, and I've completely given the game away. But I like that, and they would make good films in that sense too, actually. I like that sort of thing. So yeah, I've been setting his poems to music for quite a few years now, and that was one of my lockdown projects. I had some more hanging around that I wanted to record that I'd set to music. Yes, so I shall finish up with one of those, and this one is simply called Who. Who's that child I see wandering, wandering down by the side of the quivering stream? Why does he seem not to hear though I call to him? Where does he come from and what is his name? Why do I see him at sunrise and sunset, taking in old-fashioned clothes the same track? Why, when he walks, does he cast not a shadow, though the sun rises and falls at his back? Why does the dust lie so thick on the hedgerow by the great field where a horse pulls the plough? Why do I see only meadows where houses stand in a line by the riverside now? Why does he move like a wraith by the water, soft as the thistledown on the breeze blown? When I draw near to him, so that I may hear him, why does he say that his name is my own?
Oh, thanks, guys. That was just great. Beautiful,
Thank you.
beautiful, beautiful. Really enjoyed that. Very lovely show. Viewers, I hope you all enjoyed this episode as much as I have. Please do feel free to send the link on to your friends or family and to watch it again as much as you like. The show stays online for everybody to watch for the next 7 days. I am going to ask all of the artists a little bit about what they've been up to lately, but before I do that, I want to remind everybody watching that, as Amy and Risa mentioned earlier, the shows are not ticketed, they're donation-based. So if you've been watching, we'd like to ask you to make a donation, if you're able to, via the PayPal link, which the girls have posted below and in the comments box as well. We suggest an amount of £10, but whatever you're able to give at all will be very much appreciated. Your donation will be divided 4 ways between the 3 artists that you've just watched tonight and to the Green Note for the running cost of these live shows. Your support really does mean a great deal to us in the current climate, as I'm sure you can imagine. So thank you in advance for all of your help. So now we've come to the bit in the evening that's like a virtual chat with the artist around the merch table at the end of the gig, where they tell us all about what they've been up to lately. And I know that we're all very keen to hear your news. So Jack, I hear that you've got another online gig coming up shortly. Tell us more about that.
Yes, on the 19th of February, which is an amount of weeks on Friday. I can't do the mental maths quick enough there. I am doing an hour or so with Jack Rutter, which is hosted by the wonderful Down End Folk Club in Bristol, which is a wonderful folk club run by some wonderful people, and that'll be a nice thing. So yeah, do come along to that and bring any questions that you might have, and be prepared for some quite rambling, wittering answers to those questions.
Cool. So yeah, you're probably posting links on jackrutter.com, I would imagine, as well.
Yes, I shall be. Yeah, on jackruttermusic.com there'll be links, and also on all the Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Bebo, all of that.
Wonderful. We shall keep our eyes peeled for that.
Great, thank you.
Lovely. And Grace, I hear you've just formed a new trio, and you're looking forward to start recording with them. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, so really excited. I'm working with Sam Partridge, who'll be mainly playing English concertina, and Bevan Morris, who's a great double bass player. And hopefully we'll be able to record some new music over this year sometime. So some of the tunes I was playing tonight are ones that I've enjoyed playing with the both of them, so looking forward to that.
Well, that sounds really good. I just want to flag up for you, I don't know if you've seen in the comments, but you've actually got some former students of yours that have tuned in tonight to watch you, which I thought was kind of sweet. They've come to support you. So yeah, hello to them as well. Yeah. And Jim, I hear you've been very busy during lockdown creating 2 new albums, and you've got one that's just come out. Tell us all about that.
Yeah, well, I've got into home recording for the first time. It's something I didn't think I could really do before, and then I'm in another group called Northern, who are based in Derbyshire, and Barry from that group, we're making some demos, so he got me to send some recordings up to them of my parts, and then I sort of learnt how to do it, and I thought, oh, I could record some CDs myself. And so I had some Charles Causley poems that I'd set to music knocking around that I wanted to record, so I did that, and that became my first homemade album. And then after I did that, I recorded an album of traditional Devon folk songs. I've done that before, but I sort of did lesser known ones before, so this time I thought I'd do all the popular and well-known ones. And that's what I did during lockdown, so yeah.
That sounds great.
And
very industrious of you.
That lesser known one used to keep me company on long train journeys sometimes.
Oh.
On my iPod. My favourite being the Uncle White Way one.
Yeah.
The happy cider chap. Yeah.
Oh, thanks very much. You'll like this one, Jack. It's got several songs about cider on it.
Right, wicked. I think I shall be ordering that. Great, yeah. No train journeys at the moment to be listening to it on, but I'll make other time. Yeah.
Train journeys on our mind.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds all brilliant. Thanks very much, guys. So, it's been a very gentle and lovely show tonight. I hope you've all enjoyed tonight's show as well. So, for the last time, we're going to say a goodbye and a thank you to the lovely Jack Rutter. Thanks very much, Jack.
Thanks for having me. Thank you very much. See you around and about.
See you around and about. Our pleasure. And goodbye and a thank you to the gorgeous Grace Smith.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Our pleasure, Grace. And a goodbye and thank you to the fantastic Jim Causley.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. It's been lovely having you. Bye-bye. So thank you all very much for joining us tonight, and a great big thank you to Imi and Risa as always, and to Ali for his tech magic behind the scenes on the sound and the cameras. We are here every Wednesday and Friday with fantastic new lineups for every show. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. A good night to you all, and we'll see you back here very soon.